Welcome back. Thanks for clicking on the link. This is Penguin Uniform TV. Hi, it's Jared from Penguin Uniform, business owner here. Welcome to today's video where we're going to start to discuss our 3 latest biggest bundle packages. Our 3 latest bundles we've split up into gold, platinum and diamond, and I'm here today to talk to you about what's included and the value that you can claim. So let's start with the gold. First of all, at your base layer, you've got a choice of t-shirt or polo shirt, and you're going to get 15 of those. Moving on to our mid layer, you've got the sweatshirt, the hoodie or the fleece, and you're going to get 10 of those. And then our outer layer, we're moving on to the padded body warmer or the soft shell body warmer. And don't forget, we're also going to pop into there a choice of either a cuffed or a bobble beanie. And that's what you get in your gold bundle. Moving on next to our platinum deal. Now, same again, at your core level, you're going to get a choice this time though of 20, either t-shirts or polo shirts. Onto those mid layers, and we're going to pack these with 8. So again, sweatshirt, hoodie or fleece. Body warmers are included as standard, and again, you've got a choice of either the soft shell or that padded version. As a bonus extra, we're also chucking in to this our best-selling waterproof regatta Dover jacket, and you're going to get 4 of them. And to top it off, we're going to give you that choice again. You've got a choice of a bobble and a cuffed beanie, and that is what you get in your platinum deal. Now let's finish with our diamond package. Now, it might look like you get less, but what it is to make sure we take out the outer layers, but provide you more kit for your team. So this time you get a choice of 40, either the t-shirt or the polo shirt. And then onto your mid layers, you're going to get 16. So again, your choice of 16 sweatshirts, 16 hoodies, or 16 fleeces. Now that's what you get in all 3 of our bundles. Now let's move on to the type of product and why we've chosen that here at Penguin Uniform. That's your bundles complete. Okay, so let's start first of all with our base layers, where these are included in all 3 of the bundles. And we've got the Pro T-shirt and the Pro Polo from Pro RTX. Let's have a look at the T-shirt first. Now, why we use this T-shirt, Pro RTX are a fantastic workwear brand. All of their products are washable up to 60 degrees, meaning you can get through that rough and tough. The biggest advantage of this T-shirt is the twin side seams. Now, for those of you that have purchased T-shirts before that kind of go boxy, they go a little bit of a squared and start to rise up. This twin side seam that's included in this T-shirt stops that from happening, makes it an absolute staple workwear T-shirt. Moving on to the polo shirt, again, it's one of our biggest sellers. We sell this all the time, comes with a standard 3-button placket. You've got lots of branding opportunities on this polo shirt. You've got a typical left chest, right chest. We do quite often find people like to decorate the sleeves. It does have a ribbed neckline, and it does also have a nice loose end to the arm, so they're not fitted. Again, make it an absolute staple of a polo t-shirt to be used in the workwear environment. Okay, that's our base layers. Let's move on to our mid layers. Moving on to our mid layers, you've got a choice of 3. So we've got the hoodie, we've got the sweatshirt, and we've got the fleece. Now, same as the t-shirts and polos, we're working with Pro RTX again on the sweatshirts and the hoodie. Again, same reasons, okay? Made fantastically well, they last, you can wash them up to 60 degrees, and again, an absolute massive area of decoration. One thing we do often recommend on this mid layer is the opportunity to brand the back as well. Now, these garments will take print and embroidery. So there's your sweatshirt. Moving on to the hoodie. Now again, the hoodie is probably a bigger seller now than sweatshirts. Sweatshirts we often find might sell more into a office-based environment. But the hoodie itself obviously is used all up and down the different trades. It's become a little bit more of a relaxed style. But again, washable up to 60 degrees. It's built to take the rough and tough. Moving on to the fleece. Now the fleece, we like to look at something that's a little bit more thicker than the Pro RTX version. Okay, so this is the unique classic fleece that we use. Again, nice, thick, chunky knit. perfect for obviously the winter months. That's why they've been included in these latest 3 deals. Again, lots of branding opportunity. One thing worth pointing out, which was discussed on our social medias recently, is that with a fleece pill, you can't actually print on it. We have done it in the past. You can try it. What happens is you're going to flatten this pill. So these things are built for embroidery. Now, again, you've got the typical branding options, left chest, right chest, or on the sleeves. They also, because of how thick the pill is, these do take a nice back embroidery should you want to add that to your bundle deals. But again, that's the mid layers for you. So that's your sweatshirt, that's your hoodie, and that's your fleece. Let's move on now to the body warmers that were included in the first 2 bundles, the gold and the platinum. There's 2 choices to go for. So let's start with the soft shell. Now, the soft shell has always been, for me, something that we would describe as not sort of salesman type. It certainly smartens up a uniform. And we often use the soft shell type fabric to say to people, well, if you've been working rough and tough all day, there's nothing better, and you maybe you've got a job to go and quote to, or maybe you've got an event to attend, popping on a soft shell over that work layers that you've had in terms of your core and your mid layer, it certainly smartens up the look. Now, with a soft shell fabric, they absolutely sew fantastically well. This here is the result one that we use again across the majority of our bundles. The reason we use this predominantly is because it also takes printing very, very well. So again, branding options, left chest, right chest, and you've got the opportunity to go for a big, large one across the back, should you wish to do so. And again, with the soft shell fabric, because it doesn't move as much as, say, like a poly cotton or 100% cotton, the finishes that you get on your embroidery can be absolutely exquisite as well. The other part of the body warmer is the padded one. And again, this has become very popular, certainly over the last 12 to 18 months. It's a little bit more stylish, a little bit more on trend. Now, again, we've moved to the result jacket on this occasion. Now, there are plenty of padded body warmer options. This one just poses the perfect price point for our bundle deals. Again, it's padded. It's obviously built to last, built to keep you warm. Typical branding options, again, your left chest, your right chest, your large back if you wish to do so. One thing worth pointing out on the padded body warmer is obviously the padded stitch lines. Now, the embroiderers themselves work very hard to make sure that they try and centralize the logos as best they can within a panel. However, if you've got a smaller logo, they will try their best to condense it into one of the panels. They do that automatically. It's not something that we dictate. The reason that is because naturally in mass production of this type of garment, the padding can start at different areas depending on the size. So for example, a medium would start at a different panel height to, let's say, a triple extra large. And obviously the embroidery team, we let them make the most of their skill set to make sure you get branded in the right locations for you. So again, that's our that's our soft shell padded body warmer done. Now, in the platinum package, we said we're throwing in as well the the best-selling waterproof jacket that we've had on the workwear market now for probably 3 to 5 years. It's the Dover jacket from Regatta. It's priced incredibly well. It is 100% waterproof. It also has a storm flap on the front. You also have the adjustable cuffs on the sleeve, again, to keep that water at bay. These do actually, when we penetrate with embroidery, it can pierce the seal of the waterproofing. So it's very worth pointing out that embroiderers we recommend to keep small. Whilst you have got the ability to go for a nice large back embroidery piece, we would recommend that to be printed. Obviously, for obvious reasons, we do get some customers with quite large logos. Now, if we're penetrating that over a large scale and you're out in the water, obviously you are going to be susceptible to that. Now, something we do offer here at Penguin Uniform is for premium, and you do need to make us aware of that should you place an order, that you'd like to reseal your waterproof garment. It's an additional charge, and obviously you just need to reach out to the team once you've placed your order. However, with it being able to sew it, you can also print it should you need to. Okay, so again, if you do want to make the most of that outer shell jacket whilst you're on the construction site, whilst you're on the scaffold, and you really want to get your brand visible, then obviously a back logo across the shoulders is perfect for that. Again, just recommending that it's probably a print rather than an embroidered logo. So that's our outer jacket included. And then obviously finally, again, the gold and the platinum bundles, we're inclusive of a choice of hats. You can obviously get the standard cuff beanie, which is obviously just a standard turn up. And then you've got obviously your bobble options. Now, several colours available in both. Okay, one thing to point out for the cuff beanie and the bobble beanie is that we are limited to the space that we can operate on. So for embroidery, okay, in this area, we are limited to a 60mm area would be perfect. Obviously, if your logo's a lot shorter than that, then it's absolutely fine. But it's the ones that you've got a larger logo, we do need to think about how we scale that down, maintain the quality, or potentially look at removing any text in small areas of your logo and just identifying the icon, for example, in a typical logo. Again, with it being woolen product, we cannot print on these. These aren't able to print on them. If you want to try it, I recommend you don't. But if you want to try it, the wool just relaxes and it all falls apart. So definitely decoration is embroidery, obviously across that front cuffed area. So that's all the products that we've discussed now in a little bit more detail. There are several colours in all of the options. That's both the polos, the t-shirts. There's 16 colour options in those. Mid layers are slightly less. You're looking around 10 to 12 options in the mid layers. And then in the jackets, we do try and limit that to just 3 options where possible. It's the typical black, the navy, the greys, obviously being that outer layer. We want to make sure that we've got consistency. In terms of sizing, you've got lots of sizing options available. They start at extra small and they work all the way up to 5 extra large. So if you're unsure on your sizes, make sure to check the size guides on the website. And that is our total 3 new bundles. That's gold, that's platinum, that's diamond, all covered. So now we know what's included in these new bundles. Let's explain why we build them. Now, Penguin Uniform are very well known for building more of your core bundle packages. These ones we've built because we're aiming to get those bigger teams, those ones where you've got 3, 4, 5, 10 employees, and you can get them all kitted out in some branded uniform at a very attractive price. The reason bundles work so well is because we try and take the thought process out. Now, we actually have access to over 15,000 products. However, we only actually advertise anywhere between 700 and 800. The reason for that is these types of products we like to test ourselves. If we asked you to pick a polo shirt and we gave you the options available, you'd be analysis paralysis. You'd never make a choice on the polo that you want to go for. This Pro RTX brand that we truly believe in is actually worn here by our production staff. Now, we build these bundles for you to make it easy. We create free lifetime setups so you don't have the stress of wondering what your embroidered logo is going to look like. We're going to put you through our setup process where you get to see it on a digital form prior to any embroidery taking place on your garment. So that's free setup. We generally include a free embroidered logo on all of our bundle deals. These are included, all 3 will come with 1 embroidered application or 1 printed application of your choice. And then obviously we include free delivery as well. So the reason to take these bundles, take our offers on these bundles is so that you can get kitted out simply, all branded or delivered directly to you. So you're still not sold on who your workwear supplier needs to be? Why work with Penguin Uniform? As a Customer Excellence Award winner multiple times, also an e-commerce finalist for Workwear, we have a dedicated team of completely in-house controlled print and embroidery, perfect to get your team branded. Trust us now, click the links below, head over to our website and check out the new deals today. Thanks for watching. We hope this content has been useful for you when you're thinking about your workwear or branded items for your team. If you want to reach out to our team here at Penguin Uniform, look in the description below. We like to meet you where you like to be met. So whether that's by email, by phone, by WhatsApp, or one of our social channels, we'll be sure to pop all of that down below. Now, if you've enjoyed the content and want to see more videos like this, please make sure you hit the like button, hit the subscribe, and we'll be sure to be back with more valuable workwear-based content and branded uniform. I've been Jared, you've been great, thank you.